Welcome back to another episode of the Trey Ball Podcast. I'm your host, Ethan, joined by my co-host, RJ and Jalil. Y'all say what's up to the people, man.
Hello.
What's good?
We are glad to be back. Second episode since we've been back. NBA season started, too, since we've been back. So we have a good amount to talk about today. We're going to be doing some award predictions and going over, not every team, but some of our key takeaways from week one of the NBA season. And we're going to be giving y'all award predictions, and we got something special for you at the end with our Reddit question. So before we get into it, make sure y'all liking the video, subscribing if you are new, sharing us, going over to follow us on the TikTok, the Instagram. We post clips over there, and of course we post our clips here on YouTube. So go check our page out, see if you might find something funny, might find something to make you laugh. So I'll definitely do that for us. But unless y'all got anything for the people, we can go ahead and start getting into it.
I got one thing. Hey, it's new content coming out this week, all right? We got maybe a few little funny TikToks, maybe a little street interview. We'll see. But keep your eyes peeled, bro.
You got anything for us, Jalil?
No.
All right. Well, in that case, we can go and get into talking about this first week of the NBA season. Pretty eventful week. We had some great games being played, a lot of great games, actually. I'll let you start. What's one of your key takeaways from this first week?
It's kind of overreaction, but to me, the Lakers don't look no different other than just the people on the court. You know, it's the same problems we see last season. And I don't like LeBron being on like a minutes restriction. I think you might as well let him play the full 48.
Let him play. Which he's going to be able to play. I don't believe in that minutes restriction at all. I believe game 2, he passed that minute restriction anyway. So,
35 minutes.
Yeah. So I don't believe that's going to actually stay the same at all. I do agree they don't look the best. They barely beat a Suns team with no D-Book, no Bradley Beal. And they have a lot to figure out. I mean, it is a lot of new faces too, so you can give them the benefit of that there. And they have it is still, there's only so much that's going to be different when you have AD and LeBron as your best players. You know what you're kind of getting out of that. They are missing some guys, I think they're missing Jared Vanderbilt a lot right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a guy like Taurean Prince guarding the other team's best player. I love Taurean Prince. I think he's going to be a great player for them, but that's not going to get it done.
Yeah.
So
I feel like once when LeBron is in with the minutes restriction, he has to pick his spots too much, and like it's not how it was like when he was younger. It's like he is having to almost manufacture some game. I mean, he was good in the transition, but like it just doesn't look as good when he plays. What was the first game? Like 20 minutes? How many games did he play? 25?
It was like 27.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's tough. It's tough when you only play 27 and your team's best player. It's hard to get going, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, but
especially
I think
when you're that old, it's going to take a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Yeah. I think they'll figure it out. I think they'll still be a decent team. We'll just have to wait and see. Austin Reeves hasn't looked the best. I didn't think he was going to be anything crazy anyway. Me personally, I think he's a good player, but people talking about all-star, I never thought he was going to be an all-star type of player. Not even fringe, I don't think, especially in this loaded Western Conference. But I think they'll figure it out, but I don't think they're going to be as good as everybody thinks they will, especially with your two best players kind of being injury-prone with Anthony Davis, you know how he is, and then LeBron is not necessarily injury-prone, but he's almost 40, so,
Yeah.
One of my takeaways, though, I'm just going to go ahead and get the homer out the way. I'm going to talk about my Clippers, With them, I really like what I've seen in the first 2 games. We got another game tonight, against the Spurs, so that theoretically should be an easy win. We're 1-1 right now.
You're forgetting about one key piece.
Big Zeus locking that up.
No, Mr. Wembanyama. You can't forget about him, man.
True, but I think we should be able to handle business. This is also might be Wemby's one of his first time in LA. It's a home game, so he might not be on nothing. But no, I like what I've been seeing. We won our first game of the year against the Trailblazers, as we should, and we kind of walked the dog on them. And it was a lot of my takeaway from them is I saw a whole lot more of ball movement and moving without the ball. which I love to see because the past like 2 years, plus playing with our stars coming back, it's just a lot of standing around. Kawhi, go get a bucket. Everybody's going to stand still. PG, go get a bucket. Everybody's going to stand still. And I saw a little bit of that in Game 2 against Utah, but I also saw a lot less of it than I'm used to. And I like what I'm seeing. I think Russ has been a huge addition for us. I know we had him last year too, but having that full year, having a full off season, it's going to be huge for us. Even though I'm not a big Russ fan. Are you okay, RJ? What's going on, man?
Nah, the clip of that nigga shooting and Kawhi falling through his knees is hilarious. Like he just knew it was game over. Like he knew it was cooked.
Yeah, that last play was rough, but we played against a Utah team that they were hitting everything. So I was not even mad about that loss. We still stayed in it. PG has looked great this season. Kawhi has looked good. Our pieces around us have looked good. Bones Highland, he's a guy that I've never been big on. He's looked decent. Still don't have Terrence Mann back. One thing I don't like though is Robert. I like Robert Covington as a player. But I watched this dude take some outrageous catch and shoot threes with a dude right in his grill. I'm like, bro, nobody else is taking that on the team. Why are you taking it? You are not a shooter.
Yeah, I mean, someone's probably put the battery in his back to take those shots. I don't think he's thinking I'm goddamn Robert Covington. Like, I don't
have the confidence though. You got to.
But I like what I've been seeing from them, and they're going to get me excited for this season. But even though I know how it's going to end.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I'd
say mine is really a shocker. Well, not really a shocker. I feel like going into the season, you could see that this team was talented and they had some pieces. But I'd say the Indiana Pacers are a top 6 team in the East.
I thought they were too. I think they are. And even before the season, I thought they were. And they've been my favorite team to watch, I think.
Yeah. I mean, Tyrese has got him playing good. Obviously, he's going to find an open man. And then I didn't realize how deep they were. Nembhard's a good backup. Aaron Nesmith, we got Brogdon for him. But, I mean, he turned himself into a pretty damn good player. A good athlete to shoot it. And then, obviously, Miles Turner. They got Obi Toppin now. I mean, they got a squad. Then you got Buddy Hield. They got shooters. They got bigs. They got rim runners and Obi Toppin. And then they're led by, probably a top 5 point guard in the league. If not, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
know. Who's better than him? Steph,
Dame, Shea.
Yeah, I'll put him there.
What do we think about Fox?
I'm taking Tyrese.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Tyrese at 4.
I'm taking Tyrese over LaMelo. I'm taking Tyrese over Cade.
I think we're missing somebody.
Ja.
Healthy and not problematic Ja. Give me okay, yeah. Luka is in the top 4. I don't know. I feel like he's around that 5 spot though. But to be leading a team like he is now, I'll give him the edge on Fox. And
y'all said y'all taking Ja?
No.
Over Tyrese?
No.
I'm taking Tyrese.
Let's not let recency bias cloud our minds.
I'm taking Tyrese, man.
You got to think healthy, unproblematic Ja was probably a top 7 or 8 player. I mean, let's
in the league.
I'm tripping. That's on me.
I think you might be tripping
a little bit.
He was at least top 10, bro. Healthy, unproblematic. What were his stats last year before the incident?
They were good.
That's what I'm saying.
But I got to take the problematic stuff into account.
Yeah, you have to.
Do you?
But even without the problematic stuff, I think I'm taking Tyrese in the long term. I like Tyrese's game better, and I think his game is
going to age better.
And
Ja averaged last year 26, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. Yeah. Yeah. Let's not let our what happened recently cloud our mind.
Are we calling Devin Booker a point guard since he's technically playing it this year, or do we?
Nah, I feel like just because he's playing a point, he don't mean he's a point guard.
So I think it would just be Steph, Dame, Shea, and Luka over him then, in no particular order. I think Tyrese would be 5 then.
Yeah, that's fair. But again, the Pacers team looks a bit scary. I mean, they're poised to do some special stuff. I don't know what they're going to be on this year. I feel like they do need a big of the future because I don't think Miles Turner necessarily matches their timeline. With Buddy, I feel like they don't need to get rid of Buddy Hield. They probably will, but I feel like with shooters, you don't
Contract
necessarily
extension
have to.
talks.
Yeah, with shooters, you don't necessarily have to. They don't have to match your timeline because, I mean, that their ability isn't their athleticism or anything. They can shoot it. So
Yeah,
but I think they're poised to be good for quite a while.
I think they are. I think they're poised to be a good regular season team.
Mhm.
Top 4.
Yeah,
Top 4.
that's my prediction. Pacers top 4. Yeah,
So who would they be above?
Milwaukee, Boston.
they'll be above Philly, Brooklyn, Orlando, and the Knicks for like the 8. Yeah, that's my prediction.
The Knicks look good though. They gave us a scare. They gave us a run for our money.
The Knicks are 1 and 2, but they look good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I think honestly, I don't think that's crazy of a take.
No.
I mean, Boston and Milwaukee, I think is everybody's gonna say that they're gonna be 1 and 2. Philly is gonna be somewhere in the mix. You have Joel Embiid, so you're gonna be somewhere in the mix. New York's gonna be probably somewhere in Cleveland though. Cleveland's 1 and 2 right now, but they've been missing players.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think the Pacers could be the 4 seed.
Exactly.
You could talk me into it.
Yeah, I mean, if they can really like gel and mesh, I can see it.
But if Tyrese Maxey is going to be playing out, I mean, he their first win of the night yesterday. Tyrese Maxey had like 35.
Yeah.
On top of Joel's 30 something. If Tyrese is going to be playing like that alongside Joel, they're going to be tough not to have in that top 4 because we've seen that. There's proof in that.
Mm-hmm.
But you could talk me into. I definitely they'll be at least 6.
Yeah.
You could talk me into them at 5 or 4. I don't think they'll be top 3. I think Cleveland will take that 3 spot this year.
So do I. Yeah.
But I can definitely. I think their range. I think their minimum is like 7. I think their range is like 4 to 7.
Yeah,
honestly, 4 to 6.
They can definitely stay out the play-in. I mean, they have every piece it takes. I mean, obviously in the playoffs it'll be hard because I mean, there's no experience, but
no playoff experience at all in that team.
I could see them winning a series in the playoffs if they can pull off the. But only thing is, even if they pull off like the 4 seed, then that's just gonna move someone else down. Like, can they beat the Knicks in a 7-game series?
I don't think so.
No,
they can. I think so.
I think. Do they even have a player in their main rotation that's ever been to the playoffs?
Miles Turner.
Yeah.
Topping.
I mean, yeah, but
yeah, I mean, not. I know what you mean. Like, nobody's made a run.
Yeah.
So it'll be tough, but hopefully they can build on it and get some experience because I mean, the
like
core they have right now could make some runs.
I like him a lot. I mean, you got Benedict Mathurin too, who I love as a player. I love their team. Like I said, they're like my second favorite team to watch right now, behind the Clippers, of course. But yeah, I love that team, and I'll be talking about them a bit later when we do some awards. Okay. So
let's get into that. Let's get into that.
You sure we don't have anything else we want to bring up? Some more teams.
I'm good.
Let's bring up some teams that we think are bad. Well, at least me and you, RJ. Because Jalil talking about a team he thinks is bad. Jalil, you bring us up a team that you like watching, and tell us about. I want you to talk about y'all's favorite teams too, right quick. Give us a rundown of y'all's favorite teams too.
Favorite, of course, you got to have Oklahoma City in there.
Yeah, give us a rundown of how you're liking them this season. I talked about my team, so.
Of course, I'm not very analytical in the sport. I ain't gonna give you no splits and breakdowns like that. But it's very fun to watch. Again, I think I told y'all the other day in the group chat. It's like an AAU team. Like, it's very fun to watch. It's high energy. It's fun. There's no egos really at all. And then I think the Spurs are the same. I don't think the Spurs make the playoffs, but I think they're going to be very fun to watch. Kind of like the Kings last season. It's just energy. It's very fun to watch.
Chet looked good, man.
Yeah.
Chet looks good.
Those two are for sure. And the Pacers. Those 3 would be my favorite teams so far.
What about your Celtics, RJ?
I feel like first things first. The Celtics are always going to Celtic, and when I say that, I mean it's always going to be a close game unnecessarily. Like in that first game against the Knicks, okay, the Knicks gave us a good run for our money, but I feel like we could have pulled away from the Heat. Okay, one thing I want to say about the Heat too. Where are y'all spawning all these undrafted niggas? Really? Because I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Yeah. Someone's going to pay. Because that's bullshit. Who the fuck was his name? Devin Smith? What's his name? Drew Smith?
Something like that.
They spawned him, bro. They cloned that nigga, bro. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I think that I mean, I don't want to say underperforming. I feel like the Heat they have our number. So I mean, you guys know how it is. Like sometimes a team that you're better than just has your number.
Yeah.
So I feel like the Heat one isn't as indicative of how things go. I'd like to see our next game. I don't even know who we play, but I like to see our next game to see kind of see. We play the Wizards tomorrow, so that's not really going to show either. But I'd like to see what happens when we start playing some better teams. I feel like we're supposed to win the first two. So I mean, how can I can't be disappointed really, but I'd be interested to see how we do when we face some more comp. But I mean, as far as the basketball side of things, Drew Holiday looks as good as he's looked ever. Offensively, he's the type of guy. Whereas Smart was more of like a streaky shooter. I would say Holiday is almost the opposite of that. He's like almost too consistent. Like you know what you're gonna get out of Drew Holiday every single night. Great defense and offensively, he'll hit a couple big shots. Nothing too big, but I mean you know what you're gonna get out of him. Derek White had that one huge game, right? We obviously needed that. But he's looked good. Obviously, we know we're gonna get out of him too. I feel like offensively he's a little bit less consistent, but we know we're gonna get out of him. Jason Tatum, I'll talk about you later, JT.
Oh my god.
anyways, Jaylen Brown, a little shaky in the first game, but I like his confidence. I saw him drive left a couple times, which is that's mind blowing. I know. And then Kristaps. Kristaps looks like a top 5 center in the game.
He looks like the second best player on that team.
Yeah, he does, and it shocked me because I was not expecting that out of him. The one thing with him though is we've always known he's been a good player, right? But injuries. So I feel like it's obviously hard to get a good measurement of where we are so far. But I feel good. One more thing though, we need one more piece off the bench. And I was telling my pops this, like I could see this Celtics team going a long way, but I feel like in the playoffs when things slow down, you got to get your rotation. I think 6 is too short of a rotation, right? Like you need 7 dependable, and I feel like O'Shea Brissett is good, right? He's a talented player,
He's a good player,
but he's not what we need off the bench. Like he plays defense, he can rebound, but Pritchard's not getting it done as far as scoring. I think he had 6 in one of the games.
Yeah,
I mean it's just like you need someone off the bench that can really be a spark plug sometimes, you know. And Al's good, obviously, you know, but he's not. That's not why you bring him in the game. So one more piece, and I think we can get to where we want to be at.
I think you're going to try to find something at the deadline.
Yeah.
Especially if y'all are as good as I think y'all are going to be this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all are going to try to find something.
No doubt.
One thing I'm going to bring up, and one more thing on the Celtics actually too. My original pick for 6th man of the year before the season started was Derek White.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's going to start too much this season, as he should. But I wouldn't be surprised if he comes off the bench a good amount too. And depending, I think him and Al are going to trade off a good amount just from what depends on who y'all play. Like if y'all play like the Cavs, I can see y'all starting Al instead of Derek White to start it.
Yeah,
to start that game or something like that. But I think he's going to start too much to get consideration for it. So we'll get into the actual 6th man of the year later. But another team I want to bring up, and I want to be negative for a second. The Hawks suck.
Yeah,
the Hawks absolutely suck, and they I don't know. I could see them. I could see them making some decisions this year, mid-season.
Yeah.
So they are not getting it done.
What have you seen as far as like the basketball side of it? What's wrong?
Trae Young already. I've never been a big Trae Young fan because he already doesn't play. He's already the worst defender in the league, and he just takes some of the most outrageous shots that are just clanking.
Mm-hmm.
Those shots look cool or whatever when they're hitting, but he takes way too many deep threes. And I'm still watching the same stuff of when he doesn't have the ball, he's standing still. When DeJounte Murray doesn't have the ball, he's standing still. And you're not getting much out of those other guys. Jalen Johnson has looked good.
Yeah,
but I mean, besides that, I mean, you're not getting anything much. You're getting like about the same that you've always get from DeAndre Hunter. One game he's good, one game he's not. AJ Griffin not looking much different. Clint Capella and Onyeka Okongwu, you always know what you're getting from them anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it looks bad, and I thought they would be a little bit better, and they still could be. It's only 2 games of the season, but I'm not liking what I see it from them.
I think this may possibly be Trae Young's last year in Atlanta.
I
Possibly.
think so.
You think so?
I think they trade him in this season maybe if it keeps going bad.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
I can see him being a deadline move.
Yeah.
Because you can't, even though he's had not a good season last year, he's not looking good at the start of this year. Some team would bite still,
Mhm.
and like I can see somebody like Minnesota or Chicago biting on that.
Chicago looks bad too. If
Chicago
we're being
looks
negative,
terrible.
let's be negative. They look bad.
They're
It's
blowing
just-
it up too this season.
Oh yeah,
100%.
You have to. You have to.
yeah.
How do you drop 50 points with 0 assists, Zach LaVine? That's
That-
insane.
I'll be the first one to say it though. A nigga like me, I love volume scorers, man. I mean, I'm a big mellow
0
guy. Big,
assists.
hey, that's real ball.
I mean, I
That's
think it's
real ball.
worse. I think it's worse that you drop 50 and you still lose by 16 as a team, though.
He had
Damn.
half their points with 0 assists.
That is crazy,
Zach
man.
LaVine, pass the ball sometimes, buddy. But
Yeah.
who was he passing to on that team? Now that I think about it, you passing out to the DeMar DeRozan in the corner? No, we're not. No, we're not. Patrick Williams looks like he shouldn't be in the NBA.
Yo. Yeah.
And
I
I'm
mean, you're
being
not lying
so-
though. Yeah.
And
Right.
Nikola Vucevic, I mean, you know what you're getting out of Vuce these days. I
Mhm.
mean, they just need to blow it up. They need to start over. I was saying that last year. They need to start over, and they need to, I don't know what they need to do, but they need to. I mean, it's too late now. DeMar DeRozan on his last year deal, so you're not going to get much from him.
Yeah.
You can get, obviously you're going to be able to get something out of Zach LaVine if you trade him, but are they going to trade him? I mean, this Bulls front office is weird, so I don't know. I don't like the Bulls either. And then one more team I don't like. One more team I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Well, not necessarily not liking what I'm seeing, but I think this team is just gonna. Ja being out is just gonna destroy the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Not only Ja, but Ja, Brandon Clark, and Steven Adams.
Yeah.
I think the Grizzlies are 0-3 right now. I think they're gonna be like 7. They're gonna win like 7 games out of the first 25s, and they're
Really?
not gonna get back into it. Their offense right now is Desmond Bane. Please do something.
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
That's all that is. And Desmond Bane has looked great, but they can't rebound.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're not going to be able to rebound as good when your 2 best rebounders are out.
Mhm.
Their defense looks okay at times, but it's still Jaren Jackson. They're gonna walk by us, and Jaren Jackson, please block a shot.
Mhm.
Their offense, and it's just mainly their offense. They're not getting in transition because they don't have their best player. It was a great transition scorer in John Morant. It's just bad, and I think this team. I mean, I just want to check their schedule right quick just to see who they have coming up. I mean, they lost to the Wizards last night, and the Wizards suck. The Wizards
Yeah.
are like the worst team in the league.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, and they don't have it. They don't have necessarily easy games coming up. The next game they got Dallas. Then they got Utah. They're 1-2, but they're a decent NBA team.
Mhm.
Then they got Portland back to back, so that's winnable games for them. But I mean, I don't think Portland's a terrible team.
pushover. Yeah, they're not.
Yeah. And then after that, they got Miami, Utah again, the Clippers, the Lakers. They have a lot of good teams, and this stretch I just said, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The next 10 games, and they have the Spurs. The next 10 games, I think they get 3 wins max.
Damn.
And so that puts them at 3-10 for the season. I think they're gonna get buried before Ja gets back, and then they're not gonna be able to dig out of the hole.
Yeah, that's fair.
I could see them not making the play-in this year.
I don't think they do.
It's too much to overcome.
And they could do it, but it's gonna be hard. Even if they do make the play-in, they're not getting out. They're not gonna be able to get out of the first round because I don't think they're a top echelon team anyway. So
No.
But yeah, do you give us a team that you really that you like, Jaleel? Because you gave us you talked about your favorite teams, but then you talked about the Lakers not being good. What's the team that you really like?
Not so much like, but I have a feeling that they surprise some people this year. The Pelicans. I think the Pelicans
Okay.
could possibly, if Zion stays healthy, McCollum's going to be McCollum. Herb Jones, Herb Jones is going to continue to grow, and Brandon Ingram is him. So
Yeah.
I think they get into that 8 spot this year. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, but other than that, that covers pretty much.
Yeah.
Every a lot of the other teams that we've seen, I think we kind of expected it. The Magic, I guess too. The Magic are 2-0. I like what I've been seeing from them.
I saw
Franz
them
looks
the
good.
other day. They were playing Houston or Portland, one of those. I don't know.
They haven't played good teams, but I like what I've been seeing from them. They look okay.
Franz Wagner looks good.
Yeah.
Paolo's Paolo, but they don't have.
Yeah.
Cole Anthony hasn't looked bad.
No, he never does. Though. He's a good player.
He just looked bad in the offseason.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they be cooking his ass. They be toasting his shit. But
besides that, every other team we kind of expected from. Boston, of course, we talked about them. They looked good. Milwaukee, they've only played one game, but we liked what they saw from Dame debut. It was exactly what we expected in that pick and roll. Detroit's actually looked pretty good. Cade has looked great.
Yeah,
Philly, we already seen what we expected from them. Charlotte, Washington, Chicago, Toronto, I think we all expected them to be middle of the pack / bad. Miami hasn't looked good. I think we all kind of expected that too because Jimmy, for some reason, wasn't playing the other day, and they just lost 2 of their starters. So, and then everybody else in the East, the Nets has looked bad, kind of as we expect. Cleveland missing players. We chatted on them. New York and Atlanta. We talked about them. And out west, Denver, defending champs. They've looked good. Dallas has looked good. Luka had a crazy game the other day.
Yeah,
And besides that, Phoenix, we haven't seen full strength yet. Golden State, haven't seen full strength yet. And everybody else has been kind of just there. Like a lot of teams 1-1. Besides that, that's about it. Everybody else, I kind of want to see from everybody else that we didn't really talk about, except for just mentioning them right there. I need to see a couple more games from them to really give me a nice view on them because I haven't seen enough from the rest of the teams to really have a solid opinion on them. But unless y'all got anything else on any of the different teams, I think we can go ahead and get into these awards, the bulk of the episode.
Let's get it.
All right. So we said we wanted to start off with Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all have this.
Oh. We could just
Wemby.
The tall guy, the big guy.
We all got Wemby.
Yeah.
Who do y'all think would be the best, the second? Who y'all think could take it from? We talked about this literally in the last episode, but who do y'all think could take it from?
Just quickly, because I don't want this to take too long. Chet, I think he's the only one who even has a shot.
I think Chase's the only one that has a shot right now.
Yeah.
Chet has looked good too, but Wemby hasn't looked outstanding, but he's looked good enough, and he's probably gonna get it. We can go ahead and move on quickly. MIP. So I can start off with this one.
Yeah, you go.
I said I was going to mention the Pacers. Obi Toppin is my MIP.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Now, my reasoning why is now the first couple games it's kind of looked like the same as New York, but I think he gets more playing time and he's playing with Tyrese, so I think he could shoot up and average. He's going to get more minutes, and I think he could average. He's a decent 3-point shooter and a rim runner. I think he can get 8 points off of lobs alone. Yeah. That's what his average last year. Mm-hmm. So I think he could definitely get it.
Yeah, I agree. Jaleel?
I don't have Obi Toppin. I think he has a chance. But I'm going to go with Cade. I think a full, healthy season of Cade with Monty Williams as head coach, this young Pistons team. I think, yeah.
I like that.
I don't like that.
You don't?
Why not?
The reason why I don't like that is just because the principle of MIP. He was a number 1 overall pick.
He can't improve? He can't get better?
But I don't like the number 1 overall pick. Like when John Morant got it, I don't like that. We expected him to get better.
But I'm saying like
Piston I could be a sleeper.
Who?
It's a bit of a deep sleep, but Jalen Duren. He's looked solid.
He's a year 2. He has looked. He's looked outstanding. But I just don't like year 2 players getting it.
Yeah.
Also, too, you expect to jump in like Cade Cunningham. He also didn't really play last year.
Yeah.
So like, I don't like that him getting. I think they're talking about this on Through the Wire. That he was talking. I think it was Kenny on Through the Wire. He was talking about no MIP has ever played like less than half the games the year before, right? So like, and also I do think he's going to improve. I think he's going to be great this year. I think Cade could be an all-star, but I just don't like. I could see him getting the award too because that's how they've been voting the past couple of years. But I like the Lowry Markkanens, the players that we don't expect that jump out of, or we don't expect to eventually get to that level. Because I think we all here on this panel think that Cade Cunningham's going to be an all-star one day at least.
Yeah, I do.
He can definitely win it. It's not a bad prediction by any means.
Mine is a guy we've seen him. We've seen him put up a lot of buckets. I'm gonna have to go with Cam Thomas. Right now
for MIP.
Yeah. Well, okay. Hold on. Oh no! I had the wrong guy. Wrong award.
I'm about to say
wrong award.
Yeah,
that's on me. Damn. MIP, I had Shaden Sharp. That's what I had. In the first two games, he shot. In the second game, he shot 23 shots. In the first game, he shot 15. I want to say. They're clearly trying to make him a part of the offense, right? And so with that, right, I think him and Scoot are going to put a lot of stress on the defense, right? You got two guys that if they get to the rim, you're looking at some posters getting put up, you know. Yeah. So I think they're going to put a lot of stress on the defense. I think having a guy like Brogdon on the team is going to help him get a lot of easier shots. I don't know how they're going to do their minutes if they're going to play him and Brogdon together, but I feel like Shaden Sharp, as long as he keeps getting these shot attempts, it might hurt him. Only thing that might hurt him is his efficiency, right? Because I think he went 9 for 23. That's no bueno. It's not going to get it done, right? But I think as the season goes along, he starts getting some easier looks. Starts to get that jumper to start falling. I think we're looking at a guy right now. He's averaging 19. I think we're looking at a 22 point per game type of guy. If he keeps getting these shots up, keeps getting around, like I like to see him around maybe 14 to 16 shots a game. And then if he's gonna keep playing well, I mean, him and Scoot is a pretty good backcourt of the future.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm excited to see what he can do this season. And I think if he could be a key for Portland being a playing type of team. If he can lock in, if he can play well, if he can get that jumper to start falling, then defensively, we know he's got that athleticism to be a game changer on defense. So if he can lock in on both sides of the ball, I think Portland can be a playing team. I think he can win most improved player.
Yeah, I think him, because we know Anthony Simons, we saw after the first game, he's out for 4 to 6 weeks, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's gonna give him some more shots and stuff too in this first month and a half of the season.
Yeah.
And I do think that is their backcourt of the future, and Shaden Sharp and Scoot Henderson. I think Anthony Simons is expendable.
Yeah.
He can be traded eventually. And he's a good player too. So
one thing about Anthony Simons, and I actually wrote an article in a school paper last year about this. Anthony Simons and other guys that didn't play college ball are like insanely bad defenders. And I know Shaden Sharp didn't play too much college ball, but I feel like his athleticism is a lot like Kuminga is going to allow him to be a good defender.
Yeah.
But Anthony Simons is behind. He's actually on when you look at it. Last year, I think he was a worse defender than Trae Young.
He's on Trae Young levels. Yeah.
And you can't win with that a guy like that as one of your one of your pillars. I don't think.
Yeah. I think Anthony Simons is I honestly think he could be a great 6-man on a good team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think he fits that role mold better.
Mm-hmm.
But he's definitely a good player, but he can be one of those Jordan Clarkson types, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And then on Shaden Sharp, I don't think it's a bad pick at all. I think it could happen. It's just another one of the things where second-year guys, I don't like it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it at all. But I could see him wanting it a little bit more than at least in my eyes, I would rather it be somebody like him than somebody like Cade. Because at least Shaden Sharp wasn't a top pick. He was like, what, number 7, number 8?
6 or 6. Yeah, one of those, yeah.
Which is still a top pick, but not a number 1 pick.
Yeah.
But I definitely think he could. I agree with you on everything else, though. I think he could definitely be in that close to that 20 points per game type of player.
Yeah.
And he's going to get the shots. Clutch player of the year. You start us off on this one, Jaleel.
I'm a good man who hit a dagger. I believe it was against who was it against? Luka against the Spurs. Yeah, I'm
Oh.
going Luka.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
who I have as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this one's hard to pick before the season. There's not much commentary to give about it either, but I
Yeah,
picked Dame. I mean,
fair enough.
I don't
He
know how
was
many close
thought
games
about
they're
him.
going to have, so I might be, but
That's
Dame,
why. That's
so.
why I went with Luka. Because honestly, it's we did this a week into the season. We already have a couple games, but Luka's already had 2 clutch performances and their 2 wins, so that makes it a little bit easier. And he's just, I feel like the Mavs are going to be in a lot of close games too because they can't defend a wall.
Yeah.
So it's they're going to be in a lot of close games, and I think Luka's always going to do those type of things, and then Dame's is always a safe choice. But besides those guys, I think some other guys that I think Tyrese Halliburton honestly could be in that too. Just yesterday I saw him, and I don't know if y'all saw, but the game they had yesterday against the Cavs, I want to say it was, he was hitting 3 after 3 in clutch time and just keeping they had about a 10-point lead. Cavs were trying to come back, and then he's just coming off the screen, pulling up with that funky looking jump shot. It was just going in every time. I saw him hit 3 straight threes in less than 3 minutes. So I think he's like my sleeper pick for the award.
That's fair.
But moving on, we got Coach of the Year. I think I know where RJ's going with on this one. I'll let you start it, RJ. I think I know where you're going to go with.
You sure?
Maybe.
I have Rick Carlisle written down.
Oh.
What did you think I was going to say, Joe Mazzulla?
That's. I have Joe Mazzulla.
I have Rick Carlisle written down. I kind of go spinning back to the Pacers. I think obviously the NBA does more of their award stuff on like the novice fan, I'd say. So I'd say the novice fan wouldn't have had to even been thinking about the Pacers. So if they can get a top 5 finish in the East, he'll win it. I think he'll win it.
Yeah. So you have as well, Jalil?
Yeah, I'm with RJ.
I like that pick. He didn't come to mind, but I like that pick. I picked Joe Mazzulla because sometimes Coach of the Year does kind of just go to the best record. And I think the Celtics are going to have a ridiculous record this year. So that's why I picked Joe Mazzulla. But I think Rick Carlisle is actually a pretty good pick. I think Mark Dayton is a good pick because I can see the Thunder being a top 5 seed. But yeah, I do like, honestly, I like it better when they give it to the coaches that when teams have a big jump. Like if the Pacers were to be a top 4 seed, I would like it to go to Rick Carlisle. I don't really necessarily like it as much when it gives it to the best team. Like when Monty Williams got it, it was kind of like a award because they had the best. But the year before is when they actually had their good jump and good run, and he should have gotten it, but he didn't. And then they just gave it to Monty Williams the next year when they had a 60-something win team. So, but I know a lot of time. I think the Celtics could be in the 60 win mark, so that's why I picked them. But I like it going to like those type of guys instead, like the Rick Carlisles of the world. So, if that's it for them, though, we have DPOY. I think this is gonna be one we all have a different answer. I can
go first. Go first.
I'm gonna go first. I went with Evan Mobley.
That's fair.
He was top 3 last year, and I think he's just going to keep improving. I like his game. He actually, other night against the Pacers, he had a great offensive game too. He had over 30 points, I want to say. Of course, they're not going to ask him to do that when Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell was there. But I like his game a lot, and I think he is one of their keys of winning, and I think he is one of the best defensive players in the league. So, pretty safe choice.
Jalil, you go ahead.
Yeah, I got Mobley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good to go.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go with, my glorious king, Victor Wembanyama. I don't know if y'all been watching. No, don't do that. Don't do that. My king. You've been watching him these first couple games, as I have. And I mean, absolutely just changing the way that I don't want to say how basketball is played because that is fucking insane.
My glorious king.
I'm crazy for saying that. We don't say shit like that.
My glorious king is crazy.
He's y'all's glorious king too. I'm not even. He's the NBA's glorious king. Anyways, bro, y'all have seen the way he plays, bro. I mean, like the shit he's doing, the steals, being in the passing lane, blocking shots. Again, he's swatting those fucking threes. The shit we're seeing him doing on defense is literally unprecedented. You've never seen another guy be able to do this. And so
nobody's had the height and like length to
I'm not
do
saying
it.
why. I'm not saying why. I'm
I
saying
think Chet Holmgren has more of a chance than Victor.
Possibly.
you smoking that dick.
He
Just
just has
average-
7 blocks.
Yeah, just averaging
I
more.
don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, man. Bro, have you seen Wemby? That's all I'm gonna say. I
We
feel
have. Everybody's seen Wemby. A lot of them too.
Yeah, true. And I just feel like the shit that we're seeing is fucking insane. And I don't think that we should take that for granted. And I don't think that the voters will even have much of a choice. Even if Chet gets I don't know, 0.3 more blocks than him, 0.4 more, half a block more than him. You see the amount of steals, and then also the highlight plays, man. I know we can't go off highlight plays, but also, in my opinion, I feel like the most important part of basketball and the most important part of defense that isn't talked about nearly enough because it's not a stat, but it is a stat, but it's making your opponents miss shots. I mean, and who is changing and impacting more shots than the 7'8" wingspan, Victor Wembanyama? Nobody. Nobody's impacting more shots than him.
But also, are the Spurs? You think the Spurs are going to be a good defense too? A top defense?
I think they will be. How can you not be?
So you think Victor's going to win Rookie of the Year and DPOY?
Did I stutter?
I just wanted to be sure.
No, fuck with you. No, but it's just like I don't see how the person who's literally going to make the most people. If you look at opponent field goal percentage this year, I don't know if it'll necessarily apply because he is like being more of like a help side defender. But if you look at opponent field goal percentage at the end of the season, I guarantee Wembanyama has the highest or the lowest because he's just impacting so many shots. I mean, threes he's impacting. I mean, layups. I mean, every shot on the floor, if he's anywhere near you, you can get a contest.
Yeah. I get where you're coming from. I just don't think it's going to happen his first season.
We'll see.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to see a guard win it, though, me personally.
I hate when guards win it.
I would love Drew Holiday to get it. I think he deserves one.
Yeah.
You love when Marcus Smart got it. What are you talking about?
Hey, but
Because he's on the Celtics.
That's my Pookie
and
Bear,
Marcus
bro.
and Marcus Smart shouldn't have got it that year. It should have been Mikal Bridges. I'm going to stand by that.
That's my Pookie Bear, bro. It's different when he win it, bro.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, your Pookie Bear, your glorious king. I mean, my God.
Come on, bro. Come on. Anyways.
Some other contenders. I think Bam could contend for it. Jaren, of course.
Oh, yeah. Usually, I feel like the defensive player of the year is like the same.
Always the same
guys,
couple guys. Yeah. Next up is sixth man though, and I have an interesting pick for this one.
All right, I'll let you go last. I'll go first. I already kind of spoiled it. Is Cam Thomas? I won't think him right. I was but we've seen what he's been doing. This isn't anything different than what he's been doing. But they just won't start him for whatever reason. Not they. I mean, they just won't.
Yeah.
And if he's going to keep putting up 20, 30 off the bench, I mean, I think that there's no – if you average 20 off the bench, they're going to give it to you. So
yeah. He fits the mold.
Yeah, for sure.
There's got to be something going on obviously the defense sucks, but there's got to be something going on for him to not begin the playing time.
Yeah.
Like last year, he had that stretch when as soon as KD and Kyrie left, and then he was out of the rotation again. So it's like, I don't know. I need to see it for like a 10-game stretch.
Mm-hmm. Jalil?
For me, I have two guys, and I think it's going to depend a lot on rotations and how much they start or not. But Malik Monk and Kelly Oubre Jr.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I like those two picks too.
Because
I thought about
Malik
taking Monk.
It depends on how much Kevin Huerter starts, And then for Kelly Oubre, I think he could start over DeAnthony Melton. But if Harden does stay and he ends up playing, then it's kind of I think
Yeah. I like Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre has actually looked decent too. He's one of those hit or miss guys though. But Malik Monk he was probably my. Whoa! 2 episodes in a row.
You can't say that shit.
But if I said that about anybody else, it's not a problem.
You talking about some Kelly Oubre's look decent? That nigga look better than decent.
Oh my God, bro!
I'm standing on it.
Bro. Anyways, Malik Monk. I was gonna go with him, but I had to go with a bit of a homer pick, and not a homer pick. And I'm going with somebody off the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with one of my favorite players of all time,
No. No.
CP3.
No.
Now, hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out, right?
Mhm.
He started the first couple games because Draymond's out. But once Draymond's back, he's going to come off the bench, which I agree with. He's definitely coming off the bench.
Yeah.
He's going to be one of the best. He's going to be a game manager for them. He's going to make it to where Jonathan Kuminga's looking good. Everybody else they got coming off that bench is looking good. And he's going to actually be able to hold the Warriors afloat while Steph's not in the game, which I think is very, very valuable.
Yeah.
Now, is he going to put up the stats that most six-man of the year molds get? I don't think so. But Malcolm Brogdon got it last year, and he wasn't putting up necessarily those type of stats.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see CP3 getting it. But Malik Monk was it was who I was wanted to go with, but I was like, let me switch it up a bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I do think, but I like CP3's chances. Honestly, I think it would be great for him.
Yeah, I feel like for him to get it, they have to be like a.
It's be really good.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be like a top 3-4 finish for him to get it.
Yeah,
you know?
Which isn't out of the realm of a possibility.
No, not at all. Not at all. It can happen. I think they need more scoring when Steph Curry's out the floor, but also that has to do with, like you said. I mean, he'll be able to manage and kind of dictate what happens on the floor when Steph's off the floor. Which Chris Paul is good for some points as well. So we'll see.
But last, we got MVP, and we already know where RJ's going with this one. So you want to go ahead and get it out the way, RJ?
Jason Tatum. I don't have much to say about it.
I can see it. I think he'll be top. He could finish top 3 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I got Jokic winning it. It's a pretty cop out answer, but I think him coming up the Finals MVP, the Nuggets, if they're a top seed again, I think they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, what that would be like? That would be 3 out of the last 4 years.
It would.
It could happen. I don't know. I mean, it's tough to look at his stats and what he does, his impact, and say he's not the most valuable player. But
yeah,
I'm still gonna have to go with my boy, Jalil.
I'll go with another European guy. Felt like if the Mavericks can find a way to defend it a little bit and get top 5, maybe Luka has a shot at it.
Yeah, if the Mavericks could be one of those top seeds, Luka could definitely get it because he's gonna be the reason why. I don't think got Kyrie, but he will be the reason why if they do get that top seed. So
yeah.
Another guy I have as the dark horse, Dame.
Yeah,
Dame looked good that first.
He did.
If the Bucks are our number 1 seed,
mm-hmm.
and Dame is Giannis already said this is Dame's team. Giannis said that.
He didn't mean that shit. He didn't mean that shit, bro.
No, but I mean, if Dame looks how he looked in that first game and doesn't get injured or anything, and they are a 60-win team, I could see it going to Dame. That would be a little bit crazy giving it to somebody on the Bucks and it not being Giannis, but I can see it.
Yeah, I could definitely see it.
But I think that's it. That's all the awards.
Mm-hmm.
And the only other awards I can think of like Executive of the Year, but I mean,
no. Brad Stevens. Yeah. Anyways,
fair enough. I mean, fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, but besides that, we have our Reddit question. You can go ahead and explain it, RJ.
All right, so we're getting back into the swing of things, and one of everybody's favorite parts of the NBA season is who putting that shit on, right? And
what do you mean by that?
You know what I mean. Who got the drip? Who got the best clothes?
Okay.
And I feel like we, and I saw this on Reddit. I feel like we should do our starting 5 plus a 6-man of best dressed players, and then how we think that team would fare if they were in the league. You know, I'll start kind of give like a what it should look like. All right, so at my point, we got the Caption King. The Toronto Assassin. Give me Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think he's the best dressed player in the league by far. Really just type of guy to put that shit on all the time. And the captions on IG are gonna be fire regardless.
Yeah.
All right, 2. I got Jordan Clarkson. Right. I think a lot of his fits are amplified, but I also want to before we keep going. I just want to say no homo. I'm giving these things a lot of compliments. I just had to I feel like Jordan Clarkson, a lot of his shit is amplified by his tattoos, right? But the fits go crazy. He's definitely got the type of guy to he's not afraid to step out of his zone a little bit, you know? So I like that in him.
Better not put in the player that I think you're going to put in your 3 or 4 spot, bro.
Oh, my 4? You already know who. I think you know who I'm going to say. But 3, I'm going with another Thunder player. I'm going J-Dub, Jalen Williams. He in my opinion, he's taken a lot of strides, right? He's already a California kid, right? So he's already got that type of swag to him. And I like that he's not afraid to switch up the hair, switch up the clothes. And obviously, Shai's got some influence on him. I think they might be the best dressed tandem in the league, right?
Best team in the league.
I mean, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, then we got at my 4 spot. Give me Big Kuz.
Okay.
Kyle Kuzma. Who do you think I was going to say, Ethan?
Nothing. Well, I'll mention it after your team because you might still have him.
Okay. At 4 spot, I had Kyle Kuzma. Definitely another guy that's not afraid to mix everything up. Hair color. I mean, everything about him. And then obviously he's making some bold choices with his fits. I can't fuck with all of it, but I like that he's willing to take a step out of what he's used to. All right, at my 5 spot, I got Bol. I think that's partly. Whoa! I don't like the facial expressions out of y'all, bro. What the fuck are we talking about?
He has. I think his problem is because of how lanky it is. His fits don't look good, even though they are good fits. I think that's what it is.
That's actually why I was giving him some credit, because to be 7'3", black as hell, he be putting that shit on. Like, I mean, he's already at a disadvantage, bro. He got to look RIP. He be looking like Manu Bol out there, but still, just putting that shit on. Like, he's at a disadvantage, but he's trying his hardest. Like he's having to do more than the average guy.
Yeah.
And then at my 6-man spot, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say Jeremy Sohan. He's got that European influence. I want to say he lived in or was born in England or something. He's moved all around the world, but I like that he's willing to take some chances. Hair color stuff with a little bit of Rodman influence I fuck with. So I feel like I got to give it to him. And now talking about how I think that team would do.
Right, give us a rundown right quick again. Just starting.
Shai, Jordan Clarkson, Jalen Williams, Kuz, Bol at center, and then Jeremy Sohan as a 6-man.
Man, that team is winning 25 games at most, buddy.
25?
Your starting center is Bol.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
They're winning 25 games with. Damn, yeah, they probably will win 25 games. Nah, they're probably, I think they're a playing team. I think Shai, Jordan Clarkson. And then defense not terrible. I was gonna say PJ Tucker off the bench, but all you guys are shoes, so I didn't say PJ Tucker.
Yeah,
but I think that team wins more than 25. Let me hear what you have to say, Ethan. Since
no, I need to go last because y'all are gonna find my team very interesting.
Right,
go ahead, Jalil.
Go ahead.
So point guard, unanimous. You gotta have Shai.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He is a caption goal. Best of league.
By far.
Shooting guard, I had Clarkson, but you said Clarkson. So I'm gonna go with Devin Booker.
That's fair. I thought about him too.
Yeah, he be smooth. It's not crazy, but his fist be smooth. Small forward, I'm gonna go with the Tsunami Poppy, Kelly Oubre Jr.
No. I didn't say
you had. I thought that's who you had, RJ.
No. But I wouldn't call him that though.
It's his name.
No.
It's legit his name.
No. I wouldn't call that nigga Tsunami Poppy. Like I said. Okay. I hear it. All right. Keep going.
I'm going to his basketball reference page right now.
It's up there. No. That was his IG.
Instagram.
But you can call that nigga Kelly, bro. I don't know.
Man.
Something we don't know about you.
Come on, man.
Sure. All right. Keep going.
Power forward, I got Jason Tatum. Similar like Book. Never nothing crazy, but it's smooth. Yeah. Right? It's smooth. Yeah. Center, I got Jaren Jackson Jr. I couldn't think of too many.
He's big on the cardigans, which I fuck with. He got a lot of. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
It's an underrated team.
Yeah.
I'm about to get up on cardigans myself.
Might have to.
And then 6-man. I don't want to use Jordan Clarkson, so I'm gonna go with Josh Giddey. Again, another cardigan.
Yeah, another big cardigan guy. Yeah. That's a good thing.
Shai, Book, Oubre. Tatum, Triple J,
That's
Giddy.
a crazy team.
I'm gonna say it might be like a little 48 win team.
Wait,
45, 44, you know, between there.
45? That's like a 50. That's like a
I'm saying
60 win
like 50,
team.
Yeah, 60.
Yeah, possible.
Wait, you said wait, Shea, D Book, and Tatum, and Triple J.
Oh,
Triple
you
J?
right, yeah, that's like it's a 50 win team for sure.
That's a
At
60 win
least
team.
50, 60.
Yeah,
that's
I
pretty
thought my
solid.
team was going to be good. Okay, so
All right.
I like that team.
Ethan, preface yours first because you were saying that like you had say what you were saying.
So let me give you my first couple. I have Shea at PG.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I also have D Book at shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go ahead and give my sixth man. My sixth man was Jordan Clarkson. Okay. So those are three like pretty staple guys.
Mm-hmm.
The other three are a bit different. So like I said, Shea at the 1, D Book at the 2. I got Bruce Brown at the 3. Now, what I want y'all to do right now, go to League Fix on Instagram.
Okay.
And scroll down to 3 days ago. Now, you talk about being bold to wear some stuff like Kuzma. Go look. He's in brown. He's in brown overalls with a cowboy hat and cowboy boots. I just find that to be fire for some reason. And
no, but is it ass though? Like,
I like it. And he wears stuff like this all the time.
Send it to the chat. I can't. I see it. No, Ethan, no.
Yes,
this fit is
I'm
crazy.
putting Bruce Brown at my 3. Exactly. That's why I like. It's crazy, but
though, I ain't gonna lie.
But you talk about Kyle Kuzma. Most of Kyle Kuzma's fits are crazy.
But he can really put that shit on though too.
Bruce Brown is putting this on.
No.
Okay, but I like it.
That's fair. It could look worse though.
Yeah, that's true.
And then at the 4, I have PJ Tucker because I feel like mixing the shoes up a little bit helps it. And then my center. I can appreciate a guy that does not care what anybody else thinks.
No.
And that is willing to just dress casual.
Who?
Jared Allen.
Oh my God.
Now listen. Jared Allen, he don't even know if he wears anything designer. His fits probably cost like $30.
If that.
But he still be putting it on.
No.
He'd be comfortable. He'd be comfortable. Okay? He'd be comfortable. And he does not care what anybody else. What's more impressive? What Kyle Kuzma does, or what Bruce Brown did, or what Jared Allen does? I think it's more impressive when you're on a $100 million contract and you say, I don't care. I'm gonna wear some sweats to work today before the game.
That's fucking crazy. You see, Herb Jones has never had a game where he was like in the tunnel, like walking through in the tunnel, where he wasn't wearing Pelican shit that he was given for free.
Really?
Yeah, that's insane. Shout out to him, but
I didn't put him on the list then now. But I can respect Jared Allen.
When you said I'm glad we're about to wrap this shit up. When you said a center that doesn't care about what anyone thinks, I'm like, you gotta be talking about Dwight Howard. I know we have to get into it.
He definitely doesn't care what anybody else thinks.
He don't give a fuck what anyone's thinking.
But yeah, that's my. And as far as wins go, I think that's like a good little close to 50 win team, 45, 50 win team.
Yeah.
We got Shea at the 1, D Book at the 2. That's a tandem right there. Bruce Brown, great role player. We have PJ Tucker at the 4. He contributes to winning basketball. Jared Allen was an All-Star a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
At center, we're going to get out of him. And then Jordan Clarkson off the bench, that's the role he's supposed to be playing anyway. So I like that team. It's not as good as Jalil's basketball players wise, but I like having. I had to put Jared Allen in there. He was the first name I wrote down on my list.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not fair.
It's not at all.
Oh man, that's a clip.
Yeah.
But yeah, that about wraps it up for today's episode. Unless y'all got anything else. Y'all good?
You don't got any thoughts on Dwight, RJ?
Hey, bro. No. I'm going to say, oh my God. I'm going to say no for right now, bro. All I'm going to say is Dwight no means no. Buddy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Fair enough.
I don't want to say too much, though, because I don't want to get into the business of slandering niggas and shit, but
yeah.
If that's what he fucks with, if that's what he does, as long as this nigga's consensually doing stuff, let that nigga live, bro. Let him live. Let him do what he's doing. Bro.
Right. But all right, been another episode of the Trey Ball Podcast. Make sure, once again, y'all like, subscribe, go follow us on. Drop a comment down below. Y'all comment what some of y'all's favorite best dressed players are. Tell us about how y'all's favorite team is doing in this NBA season. Give us some award predictions. Let us know. And go follow us on TikTok, Instagram. We post reels over there, post TikToks. We'll be on YouTube Shorts as well, so y'all can give us a look over there. And other than that, we're out. Peace.